Madam Mayor, we're here at the UGU Sports and Recreation Centre. The Provincial Workers' Parliament at the moment is in process. Tell us, what exactly is it and what is the motivation behind it?
Thank you very much. The Workers' Parliament, it's a process that takes place every year. It's just that this year it has been allocated to UGU. Otherwise, it would always go to different municipalities. Like last year, I think it was in Newcastle. This year, it is with us. The main thing is for the workers to discuss their issues which are work-related. You see, in the workplace, you have different departments where you have labor, you have local government, you have various government departments that where there is labor that is working, or there are people that are working in various areas. So what they are here about today is to discuss the issues that they come across, the workers come across at their different workplaces. If you look at it now, there are MECs from various departments in KZN. There is also the speaker, who is actually the organizer, the speaker from the legislature, who is the organizer for this session. So for the MECs, it's to listen per department what the issues are. In fact, there are already issues that were raised in the previous Workers' Parliament. Today, and there were issues that were sent to these various departments. What is expected today of the MECs or ministers, if you like, is to give responses to the issues that were raised in the previous parliament or parliaments.
Can you give us an example of an issue, maybe?
Example is the issues of employment. How are people employed in various departments? From, for instance, the Department of Education, the issues of parity. How do they reach a consensus with regards to how many teachers should be in a classroom and how many children are supposed to be in a classroom per teacher? Those are some of the issues I've just read that they had raised. There is also the issue of feeding scheme.
Before we go on to the feeding scheme, just a question about SATU. Would SATU also be discussed in terms of education?
Well, in fact, when we talk about Workers' Parliament, it's in the main the unions that comprise the Workers' Parliament, because if you talk about SATU, we are talking about a union organization that represents the teachers or educators under the Department of Education. But then I was just saying, one of the issues I've seen is the issue of the feeding scheme for the children. You know, most of our schools today are fed by government. How this program is run, those are the issues they want to know. Is it fair? Is it fairly distributed? And so on and so forth. So there are various issues. The Department of Agriculture, how is the Department of Agriculture employing? What contribution does it have to the poverty that we have in KwaZulu-Natal? The issues of drought. How is the Department of Agriculture assisting in terms of eradicating drought and so on?
Okay, but now, how does the process work? You listen, or they listen here to input. Now, how is this put into practice, or how people now make sure that it's practically done?
No, what is happening now? Right now, there are presentations from the departments, your Department of Labor, your CCMA, and so on and so forth. After that, then there will be discussions, like you see in Parliament. There are unions that are affiliated to the ruling party, and there are unions like UNATU that are affiliated to the opposition parties. So if you go in there, you will see that there is on the other side is what we would call representation of the ruling party, and on the other side is a representation of the unions that belong to the opposition. So in their debate, there will be subjects that will be tabled, and they will be debating issues, among themselves, both the opposition and the ruling party. So that is how things are going to be. And in the meantime, the most important issues will be picked up, and they will be recorded, and they will then be referred to the various departments for attention and for responses.
Madam Mayor, thank you very much.